Spoilers now. All right, let's bring him on. You
What?
already mentioned him.
Everyone
All right,
knows
guys,
who the troublemaker is.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So, how do I? It's been a while since we've had guests. Everybody, tonight we have special guests. We have Walt and Melissa from Mouse Talk, Angela and Jeff from This Our Dream, and maybe a surprise cameo from Zach. Oh, look at that. Oh, he's got the lighting. There you go.
Oh my gosh. Oh my.
Nothing's gonna fix this.
Thanks for joining us tonight, guys.
Yes.
We really appreciate you being here. We know you guys are busy and you have other live streamers to watch, but thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Tonight, we have questions because, wait, then let me bring up the banner I made last week.
Gotta use it if you made it.
Disney Nerd Herders invading Walt Disney World, coming June 2022. So we are going.
Is that a movie?
With that theme, starring The Rock. No. Had enough of The Rock. We're good. Let's go to this. We have to mention Keith here. So Keith, welcome in, Keith. You are first, just like always. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Craig's Robotics. Hiya, gang. Welcome in. James Ryan, Supermod. Thank you for being here, James. We appreciate it. Captain Akron. And it didn't jump. Awesome. Thanks for being here, Captain Akron. Teresa Martin. Thanks for being here, joining us tonight. Yes. Wow, awesome. Some new people coming in.
Yeah, Laura.
Laura B. Welcome in, Laura B. Laura B. Let's see. Holy Edison. Yeah. You're talking something other than
right, James? Welcome to sunny Florida.
I guess not.
It's so bright outside. It looks so.
You know what the problem is? It's this house.
Yes.
We're going to talk about. It's this house. This house is so dark in this room. But anyway.
You gotta move.
Uh-oh. That's it.
Send me the link. I'm going to jump in on my computer.
No, just fix the light. Just unplug it and move it over there.
I'm Team Angela for the moving.
Team Angela for the moving. Yeah. So for those of you who are not in the know, we announced last week that we are going to be moving to Florida with a I was going to say expiration date, but it's not expiration date.
I was going to say a tentative date.
Tentative date.
Is that the right word?
A goal, a date of May or June of 2022.
Right.
Right after Sophie graduates.
High school.
So we have contacted. We have a realtor. Mm-hmm. We have some areas that we are looking at.
Yeah. Lots
of houses. Either we're looking into having one built with a builder, obviously, and then
you're not going to build it yourself.
No.
No.
Did you know
a big kick.
Did you know this?
Yeah, we're gonna.
Are you guys looking in Florida?
Yeah, looking in Florida.
Did you know this?
That's good.
Am I the only one that didn't know this?
Jeff didn't know
this. Obviously, you didn't watch the stream.
Yeah, I knew he didn't read my chats. No.
I am the least informed person here.
Yeah, so we are so we have been moving along. It's been pretty stressful, but we figured we would pull in our friends who have just recently been through the moves themselves. Right.
But they couldn't make it, so he invited us.
No, I do have like my
Debbie
first
couldn't
question.
make it, so the union sent us.
So when you guys knew that you were moving, how many months prior did you start purging and packing and all that? Just curious. Last minute or
like weeks? 2 weeks?
A week?
No,
2 weeks.
Well, you didn't bring all your stuff down though, right? Well,
yeah, I mean, I think every situation's different for everybody.
Right.
Ours was very, very unique. I applied for the job in February, and I got it and had to be down there by March.
I thought it was December.
Oh, that's right.
No, I started thinking about it then, but I found out about the job, getting it in February, and They were like, okay, we'll see you in March.
Yeah,
Okay.
I forgot all
Oddly
about that.
enough, we
Yeah,
had
please.
started going through our stuff in our house. We had just decided we needed to because we'd been there a bit. We're like, we got so much crap here. Let's just start going through stuff. So it was rough, but it wasn't as rough of it as it could have been because about a year or so many months before we had started just going through stuff. So
Yeah. If you even have an inkling of, I would say this to anybody, if you're even thinking about possibly moving, especially a long distance move, it's one thing to move in state. It's another thing to move long distance like that.
Right.
You got to really start ahead of time of making sometimes tough choices.
Yeah.
if you had better
Yeah,
lighting, Jeff, that might not have happened.
Exactly.
Wait a minute, why is the lighting Jeff's fault?
He was touching it last.
They haven't moved the lamps down there
He's
yet.
so tall and he's blocking all the light.
Oh, is that what it is?
The window is open. He's just blocking out all the sun. So we were going to have
He's FPSP Jeff 30.
welcome in, Derek and Gregory. Thanks for being
Get
here.
it all out. Get it all out. Come on.
Paul
Got an SPF.
Eichenlob, welcome
I
in.
saw Nick
And
in
Nick's
Virginia
here, too.
last
And
night.
Nick from
Nick in Virginia, but actually he's in Disney right now.
Yeah, I
Disney.
saw
Oh,
him
he's
last
in the
night.
queue of Flight of Passage.
Flight of Passage.
Awesome. Thanks for watching while you're doing that.
Yes, you can film
Hey,
it. Everybody
Baco.
else does. Film it.
Yes.
Everybody else does.
Yep.
It's Joey's
Oh,
World.
welcome in.
Hi, Lisa.
Welcome in. Nice to see you guys.
So what about you, Jeff and Angela? When did you start?
So I think we were also in a different type of situation because we had two houses.
Yeah.
And we weren't sure if we were going to stay in our house in Pittsburgh also till like the last minute. So we were like scrambling to pack things up. We really should have purged a lot more earlier. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we have actually brought things here that we really still don't really need. Like clothes. I have so much clothes and I really should get rid of. I should have gotten rid of it up there, but I just figured I'd go through it down here. So we moved it all. And now I have to go through it because I still have stuff in suitcases and still in the garage. So
Really?
yeah.
Yes.
You have like all your
And-
winter clothes. Is that like your sweaters and your
Yeah, I mean, I brought down like 5 winter coats only because I've been down here in the winter before. And sometimes when you're walking around the parks, it's chilly and you almost want to wear, like
5 of them, though? You need to wear all 5 of them? Or?
I did.
Well, but you might need different ones. And I thought maybe I could cut it down to 2.
Yeah,
Right?
I think I have two.
Yeah.
They're not super
And
heavy though.
you brought down what, like 10 rain jackets,
Well, we had all these raincoats because we had some down here. We had some up there.
500 umbrellas.
So like things like that, we could probably cut down on it. I don't know.
I know.
And then
Yes.
too much furniture too, because
Yeah.
we had furniture down here. But see, if you're just making one move, you're in a better position. So
Yeah.
Welcome in, Amy, and a bunch of people came in. Derek
Yeah.
and Gregory, Matt Logan came in, Cricket Fox came in.
Yes.
And if anybody in the chat wants to help us by asking questions that we have not thought about,
Right. That's what
feel free to ask away, and our panel will jump right on top of it.
Oh, Mary just popped in too.
Mary, welcome in, Mary.
Yeah.
I think
And
It's
It's
Amy,
one of
Amy
those
came
things
in.
where you don't know the right questions to ask,
Yeah, sometimes it's just
Right.
it's overwhelming. It is
Well,
definitely.
let me ask you this, Charlie. The big question for us was always, are we having somebody move us or are we moving ourselves? That's a big question that needs to be answered early too.
Right.
Because if you're moving yourself, obviously there's a lot to prepare there. If somebody else is moving you, then you need to also prepare who's moving you, how much it's going to cost, what they're going to move for you, what you're taking. So
Yeah.
that's an important decision to make too, is making that decision early on. We're doing it or we're getting somebody to do it.
right. And if you get somebody to do it, I feel like you end up taking more things than you don't need. Like my friend Jen, she had someone move her. So it was just like they just came in and packed everything up for her in boxes and moved it. And she didn't really even have to worry about thinking through it. She just had them move it. But now that it's here, or they moved actually North Carolina, but she was like, we probably shouldn't have even taken that stuff.
Yeah.
But the thing about that is, I agree, Angela, in some cases, but in our case, I think it actually helped us because the less you take, the less it costs.
Oh, okay.
Right.
See, they didn't pay for their move. His company paid for it. So
Right,
they
but
didn't have to pay
we've
for it.
seen that. Like they'll ask you, how many rooms are we moving? How many boxes are
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense.
What's that? And depending upon now, some you can't give not too much though, because then they'll say, well, we're not even moving you at all because it's not enough. So we've had that happen to us where they said, you're not taking anything. We're not moving you. But there are cases where they will say the less you take, the better your price will be. So think of it, really look into it. We liked it because
we did a little bit of both.
There was no hassle.
We experienced both sides of that in the last year and a half.
So chances are we're gonna have a moving company do it.
Well, the thing is, first we
part.
gotta decide. Like, so we're going to. The plan is that we're not gonna sell the house before we move down there.
Okay.
We're not sure. We're not
right?
sure.
So we might have the 2 homes.
That
way we'll have the new home, and then we can try selling the one up here. So it's not like we have to pack up and move real quick, like Melissa did.
Right.
I think we have more of where we can move things
depending
down.
on what's happening.
Right. The timing and everything, but right now that's what we're thinking.
Okay.
We're purging now and packing as well, like stuff that we don't need, so we've been packing some stuff, but we've been doing purging. We've been already doing multiple trips to like the consignment shops.
You got to understand, right? When we bought this house was from her parents.
Yeah.
Who did not purge to begin with.
Oh.
So we have stuff that's in here since 71.
Well, there's stuff like tools and
74 maybe.
Yes,
74.
yeah.
So it's a big. I have farmers' tools from 1928. And it's some old stuff in this house.
Sell those.
With duct tape and
There's
things.
old stuff in this house.
Yeah, well, my dad's axe finally broke like last week. Remember?
So unless I get some other sucker family member to buy this house, we gotta clean all this stuff out ourselves. Forgive the language.
All right, so we gotta welcome people in.
Joy
came in, and my glasses.
All for it, John. Welcome in.
There it is. Okay, great.
Thanks for being here, buddy. It's gotta be late over in the UK. It's like midnight over there.
Okay. All right, just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anybody.
Might be in the UK, but this conversation is our dreams. They want to, wow. Yes.
Can you imagine moving across country? I mean, like one country to the other?
Wow.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
That would be a lot. Yeah, so
having stuff shipped.
So right now we have bins in our living room.
Bins all over the place.
We do. We have bins down here in front of us. We've been packing and purging. We still have. What did we do? We did like a 2% dent.
Wow.
I mean,
0.00.
Are you bringing the kids? Because they take up a lot of space.
So if we went through her closet, so
we left ours behind.
Yeah, we packed up some of those toys that she's kind of outgrown and that type of thing. So we sent those to the consignment, hoping that maybe we can make a little bit of money to put towards the moving bill.
True, it's right. Yes. So we're gonna try to make a little bit.
Did I just write on you?
Yeah. Welcome in, Jim.
Mary's question's a good question. I don't know that the lender, I don't think it has to be a Florida lender. I don't really think that matters. A lender is a lender. He's going to lend you the money no matter where you buy the home. The difference is going to be the cost of the home.
So
obviously what you're approved for and what you're not approved for. So I don't think you need necessarily a Florida lender, Mary. Your mortgage company should be fine, the one you have there. Plus you have a rapport and a relationship with them too. So
yeah. But we found out from the builders, sometimes builders have preferred lenders, and if you use their preferred lenders, you can get some money off the closing costs.
Yeah.
Or you get this, that, or the other thing. Whatever.
Lennar has that.
Lennar does. Yes. We come across that.
That's true.
Catherine.
I guess it depends on whether or not you're buying a brand new build or if you're buying a house.
Right.
Built.
Yes.
Some people like that comfort level, that that ease to know that they're working with a lender that they're used to and they know, and
Yeah. So what happened with us was our the people that built our house, we got our mortgage through them at first, like they were the lender, and then like within a couple of months they sold it off to somebody else. I guess that's what they typically do.
That happens a lot too.
Yes.
At our house in Maryland, that happened to us.
Did it? Okay.
Weeks after we settled.
What did you say?
So we built through our builder here, and they had their own company that was the lender.
Yeah.
And then what they do is they sell the mortgage to a different lender. So it was like we had them, we paid our mortgage to them for 2 months, and then all of a sudden now we're through PennyMac. So all of a sudden, like,
PennyMac's taking over the world.
But that's the point. But that kind of Cricket Fox's question's kind of been answered. You don't really have to transfer banks. Banks, at least here, are pretty much national banks. The ones that are mortgage lenders. I mean, I'm sure you have your specific ones, but
I think she's talking about like a checking account or savings account, Cricket Fox. Are you talking about your regular?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
So
oddly enough, we still have our Maryland bank account.
So do I.
Which is funny. We've opened one down here too, but we haven't closed the one out up there, and that's still our primary.
Yeah, it's our primary.
We kept the same companies. Like my job is the same job. He just transferred. He's with the same company. So our auto deposits were already set up there, and you find that you don't really need to go to the bank a ton.
Correct.
So we haven't moved it yet, which is kind of funny.
That's a good point. Yeah, we haven't either.
Yeah, I guess it could be for ease to have a bank that's closer in case you get a check for some reason, or if you got to change this, you have to change that. It probably would be a good idea to have a local bank too, at least something.
If you need to talk to someone.
Yeah, exactly.
You notice, like settling on a house, a lot of times they want you to get a
cashier's check,
or sometimes they have you do a electronic payment to the for closing costs, and a lot of times banks want you to come into the branch to do that. Still, it depends on the bank you're working with. Fortunately, our bank knew, because we had changed our address right before we moved. They knew we were in Florida, so we got on the phone with the manager, and he's like, obviously we can't expect you to come to Maryland to do this electronic transaction.
Yes.
So they had me sign something saying I authorized it, and they worked with me. But there are little idiosyncrasies that come up. Or if you get a check that's mailed to you, and a lot of times you can do the mobile deposit with your phones, but some checks you can't do that. So the company check, a lot of times it's not a normal routing number and account number on the check. You physically have to deposit that. So we are lucky enough to have our son in Maryland, so we'll have to mail him the check and he'll deposit it. So in that sense, it doesn't happen often.
Yeah,
it can be a pain.
Yeah, we had also asked the Philly crew to join us, but they went on vacation somewhere.
Yeah, that's a place.
Bunch of jerks.
Well, at least they didn't go to Walt Disney World.
Okay, so cars. Did you all drive your cars down, or did you ship them?
We drove.
You both? Okay.
You have 2 cars, 1 car.
How many cars?
I'm sorry?
How many cars?
3.
Well, we have 3 because we had one here, because we bought one in Pennsylvania, drove it down, and left it here in this house while we were going back and forth.
Well,
So it always stayed
we had
down
to buy
here.
that car because we flew back to Pittsburgh. Our big car was down here.
Yeah.
The thing hit. So
The blip.
nobody was flying.
So we
So we're like, how do we get back to Florida?
So we had to buy a
We
car
had
to
buy
drive
a car
it
to drive
down.
to Florida.
But then Jeff just drove our clunker from Pittsburgh down here a couple of weeks ago.
That thing
And it actually
flew.
made it fine. So
140 miles an
so
hour.
we actually have appointments tomorrow morning. We haven't done this yet, to have all the cars switched over the license plates and our driver's license. We haven't done that yet.
Oh, that's
So-
fun.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
true, 'cause you really weren't permanent.
No, but I guess we were supposed to do it within 10 days of enrolling our child in school.
10,
So
20
That's
days.
So,
crazy.
Charlie, to answer your question, I guess you have either, the options are there. It really depends on what you want to do. Again, it's one of those that's going to be different for everybody. Some people don't want the inconvenience of having to drive the cars down here because Stacey will be in one car, you'll be in the other car. Some people are just like, you know what, we're shipping them. But look into the cost of that, because that will not be cheap.
yes,
Right.
unless you drive it down. If you don't want to drive separately, drive it down one time, get yourself settled down here. You can leave the car here with us or whatever, park it, fly back up, and then like bring your other car down. You know what I mean?
We technically have 3 cars.
Garaging fee is what? $25 a day?
That's true. We've got a 2-car garage and a driveway.
So you guys have 3 cars.
Right. So we
Maybe,
have
unless
2
she sells her
cars.
run up here and gets a
And
new
then
one
my
down there.
mom's got her car. So I don't know if she'd want to sell it here and get a new one down there, or we can drive it. We were going to try to sucker Auntie Laura and Uncle Jamie.
Maybe they drive down. Maybe
They drive down
to
Florida for
We'll
vacations.
fly them back.
We're going to fill it all up with stuff, and they drive it down. And then
That's a great
take it
idea.
right back.
Great idea.
I had Walter
Yeah.
drive down with me, so I wouldn't be alone when I finally.
That's a great idea.
After he moved, and
I
didn't
love
want to drive
driving by myself. I love driving by myself.
I hate driving. Period. Walter drove.
Nope. I don't have to hear, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's not right.
But yeah, that's a
We
good
eat.
idea to have somebody help you bring it down.
Figure-
And if you can do it like a couple together, like a convoy type situation, that's not bad
Right,
too.
right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of our thought process on the. We have not checked on prices of shipping the cars.
Shipping's expensive because we looked at it. Yeah, we were going to have our Subaru shipped down because it's old. And it was better to just take the chance and drive it down, see if it made it, you know?
Jim's right. Most all things are done electronically.
Guinea pig Jeff.
Financing.
Big Jeff.
Yeah, they will
So-
definitely drive the price up. Get it? Drive the price up.
But
Yeah, I don't know. When we drove, every time we drove down and back, it was more difficult. It seemed, you know.
It's longer and longer.
It does. It feels longer and longer.
Well,
Right.
we drove like 3 times and within like
But remember,
Yeah,
it'll
yeah.
be the last time you have to do it.
Well, that's not
Possibly,
true.
yeah.
Possibly, unless we're going back and forth bringing stuff, right?
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So our next thing would be furniture. So
You're gonna need furniture. In your
I
house.
know a lot of people suggested us to get rid of our furniture and just buy new stuff down there. But that's costly. But then again,
Right.
it's going to cost to ship it down too.
It's cheaper. It's going to be cheaper to ship. It's going to be cheaper to ship it down. Like we use the pod because we have old furniture. So we did buy some new furniture. We have old dressers and stuff from Pittsburgh, and we opted to put them in the pod and ship them down. I think the pod was like $3,000 for
Okay.
us to buy, you know, 3 new dressers, 5 new dressers. Like we brought furniture. We brought, you know, like patio furniture, 2 sets of patio furniture. To buy all that new would have been more than $3,000. So just that by itself paid for that pod. It made it worth it.
Right. Now remember one thing about the pod: do it the right way. They did it the right way.
What's the right way?
Make sure
So-
it's packed. I'm sorry, Jeff. Go ahead, but because you did it right, you go ahead. 'Cause
There's
we
a
did-
video. So watch a video, but
YouTube. There's a YouTube video.
you got to bungee, like put like 2 feet worth of stuff in, bungee it together.
So it doesn't
because
fall.
there's eye hole. I don't know what they're called. Eye holes on both sides of the pod.
Metal.
So you get like bungee cords. Make sure everything's in there real tight, compact. Bungee it together. Put more stuff in to stabilize that. Bungee it together.
Yeah,
put more stuff in. Bungee it together.
They tell you how to
Because
do it like
things
this.
will ship.
Yeah, they do. And
Things will
Yes,
ship.
they do ship.
Remember, they're not worried about what's inside. Their job is just to move it.
That's
Yep.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And things will shift. And trust me, we didn't bungee.
Yeah.
And when I opened up that pod, it was like a Mount Everest avalanche coming out on top of me.
Yeah, and see that didn't happen to us at
Like
all
King
because we
Kong
had.
took it up and
They did it
roll
right.
around.
Exactly. So
All
just
right.
be,
Wow.
be
I'm
cognizant
taking
of
notes,
what it is you're packing. Yeah. Just be like ours was mostly all boxes and random stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't really furniture. So maybe that makes it a little bit harder
It
to
did.
bungee boxes and stuff.
Yes.
Whereas furniture, that's a little
Mm.
bit, I think, a better example
Yes.
of what you can bungee. But
You're
yeah,
packing everything yourself.
Yes.
You
You
let-
are.
Because the furniture,
at your
furniture,
own pace.
yeah,
too.
and the furniture acted as a barrier too. So you'd put like a wall of boxes, and then you set some furniture there up against the boxes, so that furniture would kind of hold it in place. If you're
Mhm.
bringing mattresses too, those are great barriers.
or TVs.
you could set it up against it and it kind of holds it up, and then you bungee around the mattress and that mattress will hold up all those boxes. But like Jeff said, that YouTube video, it's actually put out by Pods. It's very helpful to show you how to pack the pod.
And if you need bungee cords, don't buy any, because I have a whole garage full of bungee cords.
Yeah, that we had.
So you can put them in a suitcase next time.
Bungee cords.
How long do you, once you rent a pod, how long do you have it to pack it?
It's
And
up to
how
you.
long do they ship it?
It's
You
up to
can have it as long as you want. So we only kept it for a month, but so we packed it up and then they shipped it down. It took like 14 days to get down here. So keep that in mind too.
You can get it sooner though. If you said to them, I want it in,
And don't you?
but you have to pay for that.
It's
So
okay. You pay for longer.
You can have them store it too.
Yeah, you
right,
can
you
store it.
say to them, I want it in 5 days instead
Yes.
of 14 days. And they're like, okay, we'll get it to you in 5 days.
Yeah,
It's
although-
gonna be.
Yeah,
Right,
but you need to kind of plan, because when we did it, there weren't a lot available. So it took them like a certain amount of time to get it to us, depending on how busy they are. And then when they moved it to Florida, then we got it here, but our HOA would only let us have it in the driveway for 3 days. But, technically you could keep it as long as you want. But some HOAs they're funny. They don't want pods sitting in people's driveways for months, So
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You can
That's
tell that
short.
HOA to KMA.
Unpacking.
Give you a week at least.
So unpacking was a lot easier than packing it, though.
Oh yeah, unpacking. It was just like,
Zach and
Ours
I.
just fell out. We were done.
well,
Zach and I unpacked this. I mean, it took us like 2 weeks to pack it,
yeah, but we took our time packing it too.
but it took us like an hour and a half to unpack it.
How much, like how many rooms fit in the pod? Any
So they'll
idea?
tell you when you
Yeah.
go to rent your pod, they'll ask you how many rooms you have and what you're going to be taking, how many large pieces of furniture, and then they have a formula that they use, and they'll be able to recommend. We just got one large pod, and that was enough for everything we were bringing
But
down.
we had it packed to the
Yeah.
gills. It was packed from floor to ceiling
Yeah.
the whole way.
Right? We just packed
Yeah.
it as much as
Yeah,
we
I'm wondering if
possibly
we
can.
should go by rooms or by years. So we got 50 years of stuff.
Don't say that. Oh
So
boy.
you need 14 pods.
You don't have to worry. I think Cynthia's offering to help pack.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go.
14 pods, never mind. Just buy new furniture.
Yeah.
'Cause now you're talking a lot of money.
Yeah. So have you guys checked the difference between a pod and like a U-Haul truck? Did you look into the U-Hauls?
You did.
I
We
didn't.
couldn't
No,
get one.
I
We couldn't get
didn't.
one.
No, we didn't look into a U-Haul because it would have been a lot for Jeff for us to drive down. So we
Yeah,
just
I
didn't
wasn't
even
driving
know
that.
that.
Who's going to
but-
drive it?
But a moving company, did you check between the pods and the moving company?
We didn't even look at a moving company. You guys
No.
did moving, right? Well, Melissa. So
We did more so locally when we moved from Winter Park to Davenport. We decided to just do the pods when we came from Maryland to Florida, because once we moved again this year, the prices will range different times too. It was really cheap to do the pods when we first moved down here. I don't know if it's because COVID had just hit or what was going on, or was the time of the year, because when I went to price again for us to move in Florida, the pod prices doubled. And
Look,
it all has to do with space that you need. So if you get a truck, sometimes it's cheaper, but like he said, we really weren't comfortable, especially me, driving a U-Haul truck all the way from Maryland to Florida.
right.
think of it this way. If you're going to do it, it's going to be a lot cheaper if you do it yourself. But there's a lot of work involved with you doing it yourself.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
How much
I
is
don't
your
know how long
time
it's
worth?
been. I don't know how long it's been since you've moved, but out of sight, out of mind. It's
Yeah, yeah.
pardon the pun. It's a haul. It really is.
It
It's a
stinks.
lot of work.
Hmm.
If you can get somebody to do it for you.
And it can be cheaper too, because with moving companies, you can have the ones that come in and pack it for you in boxes and put it in the truck, or you can
Mhm.
pack it up yourself and then they just take the boxes and put them in the truck.
Yeah.
When
I think we would pack
We had
ourselves.
everything in
Yeah.
boxes.
I got
Probably leaning
also-
towards the pods, yeah.
Checked them, which was good because they put extra tape around them. They did provide like blankets, those special moving blankets over the things for us. They, taped those around things. They were very thorough and like covering things up that needed to be covered so they wouldn't get broken. And they didn't just assume that the amount of tape I put on the box was going to hold it together. They wrapped those things. They had boxes of tape They brought in. They're like,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
What were they like?
they were madmen with the tape.
We check on movers. We checked on movers back in the last time we were going to move that fell apart in 2007. They said it was going to be $7,000 to move our house down to Florida.
Yeah.
I don't even remember that.
That's back in 2007, so it's got to be at least 14.
Wow.
Nah. I tell you what we'll do. I'll come up. Jeff will come up. We'll get James Ryan to come up. Ron will come up. We'll get Richard to come up. I'll bring my sons with me. We got you.
We got you.
We got that on tape, right?
I have no reason to go above the Mason-Dixon line anymore.
Yes, we do. Your mother.
There's another company called UPAC, UPACK.
Okay.
Yes.
Their prices sometimes are cheaper, and they offer the moving truck as well as the pods, even though they're not pods. They're
Right.
So they had some of the most reasonable prices for both. Just for other options to look into. My friend Amy, who's moved across the country several times, used them almost every time. So that's how I found
She
them.
moves everywhere.
So
Yes, we do not have a piano. We do have a keyboard, but not a piano.
Yeah, we didn't bring our
We need to
piano.
get
It was
out.
very
We need to
sad.
get one.
We have the keyboard, the cello, guitar.
You're gonna want to put that in your car and bring it down,
We won't
right?
bring the cello because the cello's a school. So
Well, if she decides to do cello at college, we'll have to get her one.
we'll buy it down there. All right. We moved 21 years ago. Our best option was to rent a portion of the back of an ABF freight truck.
Really?
Okay.
Mm.
Oh my.
That was 21 years ago, though.
Yeah, that
21 years.
might not do that. So when you boxed up your stuff, were you buying a whole bunch of bins, or were you actually using boxes?
both.
We did both.
We
Yeah.
did both, yeah.
We got these really nice bins from Sam's Club. They were like black with a yellow lid, and they were really like sturdy. We bought a bunch of those.
We bought about 10 of those.
Add up. I'll show you something I got for light things like clothes. And are they in here? Oh, I thought they were in here. Anyway, I thought I had one in the closet I could bring out, but I went on Amazon and they have these bags that you can buy that are more heavy duty, that have zippers and handles. They're pretty big and they're blue, and I'll have to show you what they look like. But I got a pack of like 6 of those for $30 or 8 of them, and they're good for like pillows, blankets, comforters, clothing. Yes, they're sturdy and you can save them and use them again, but then they fold up because they're like kind of crinkly bags, but more heavy duty. I can't describe them.
Amy used a moving company and also shipped one card.
Shake
Now,
your head.
this also brings up a good question. The Philly crew say, who's going to help them move their collectibles? But does the pod people have access to the inside of the pod?
No.
No, but if it's something that's valuable, I would not put it in the pod.
I
They-
wouldn't know.
The whole Disney collection is valuable.
Well,
And
remember,
the baseball
you
stuff.
have
I was gonna say
the
his whole.
pods, it's your lock and your key.
Right.
They give you a lock.
Right.
That's
But like
good.
our
They give
Funko
you a lock?
Pops,
Yeah,
They
they give
give
us a
us
That's
lock.
for our own lock and key for us.
no, they
They
gave us a lock.
They gave us a lock with 2 keys, which I thought I forgot in Pittsburgh once, which really would have been bad. We would have had to cut the lock off.
Yeah.
But how do they know you're not smuggling something?
They
They
don't.
don't.
They
I
don't.
mean,
They don't care.
They
I
don't.
mean, they put on there, you can't put things in there like nail polish and like anything that's could potentially,
Combustible, gasoline,
not gas, or even like,
paint.
yeah, children, yes. No cats or dogs should be in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at some of our extra blankets and stuff like that, and I was like, I have them in like like the
Don't throw
clear
them away. We're gonna
bags
need
with
them
the
for the iPod.
zippers. I was like, should I put these in bin, or should I be putting them, try to fit as many of the blankets
So-
in the bag?
Are those blankets that you want to keep and use for your beds?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Then shrink. Yeah. Like I think like Melissa said, there's ways they even sell these bags where you can like put a vacuum cleaner on the end.
right.
It,
I
like,
forgot
sucks all
about
the air
that.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, the space bags.
But don't throw
Yeah.
away our old blankets. We might need them as
Okay.
buffers for the.
That's-
stuff in
Yeah.
there.
That's what we
The
used.
old
Yeah, all the
blankets?
old blankets we put.
We wrapped pictures in them
We
and
wrapped
things.
like the wooden stuff that we had in the pod around.
Put it
that.
around there and taped
Taped
around it.
around it. Shrink.
Okay.
We would like put the blankets over, then shrink wrap it. So shrink wraps. We bought probably 3 things of the big shrink wrap at Home Depot, just to wrap stuff in, like so drawers didn't open.
You'll see that on the pod video. They'll tell you about that.
Yeah,
though. Yeah.
we would wrap stuff together so it wouldn't like bump into each other. And
Oh, shrink wrap. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
We got
So
aluminum
they're not
foil.
rubbing.
yeah,
Wow.
they sell it at Home Depot. They have the big spools, and then
The
they
big
have
rolls, yeah.
they have the smaller ones for just like I would wrap up like all 50
Yes.
pots she wanted to bring.
Yeah, James, like James says, we have too much stuff. The more I think about it.
Yes, James.
All right. So we ship furniture and woodwork nationwide. Check on companies that do this, and they sometimes have return trips that they don't want to empty, so they will give you a good price to load and ship.
Good tip.
Wow.
That's a good tip.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good tip.
Yeah.
You can deal with that.
What is that? Woodwork? Is that a company?
Yeah, it
I've
must
never heard
be.
of them.
No, that's smart.
Woodwork
Right.
Nation.
Might as well make a little money off of something
Yeah, I
instead
mean-
of making it.
Right. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah.
Woodwork Nation. I
We're
never
looking
even
it
heard
up.
of them.
It's fair to say we all have too much stuff. Yeah, we all have too much stuff.
I know.
That's for sure.
I know.
I know. I had
Welcome to
bins
Tina.
bins full of Longaberger baskets. That's what I had. Oh,
Yeah.
lots of baskets.
All
So
right.
when you guys purged, did you guys rent a dumpster, or did you get like one of those? We've never used one of the big bag things that you just fill it up and then they pick it up and take it away.
Yeah.
Oh,
How did you
we
handle your
put those in people's
trash?
Yards down here.
Well, all of our stuff, we donated a lot of it to the vets. I'm not sure if you have that.
Yeah,
but
but-
the vets came and got a lot, like the lamps we didn't want, all our clothing that we didn't want that was still.
But our
Good.
trash we put out for
Oh,
the
yeah.
garbage. Like now there was
Okay.
chemical type stuff like paint cans. We had to go to one of those. Like think about
Recycle
get
center.
rid of that stuff when they open up one of those recycling events.
Paint.
Get rid of the
yes.
old TVs. We had to take those to those recycling
Microwaves,
events.
yeah.
What I would say, you're far enough out
Yes.
that even
yes.
if you can take a little bit at a time
Yes.
to the dump, take a little bit to Salvation Army or Goodwill
Yes.
or whatever you want to do.
Yes.
Instead of put some out for them. Do you have bulk trash days when they come and
Yes.
take bulk trash from you?
Yep.
You're far enough out now that you can do a little bit at a time,
Yes.
but just be diligent with it and don't miss. I mean, if you got
Yes.
a weekend where you
Right.
can take some stuff to Goodwill, take it over.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
There
what
you go.
we did.
You got a weekend
What
done.
we're trying to do now.
Yeah, so we-
Yeah, I would do
made
that
some-
as often as you can.
Yeah.
That way, there's no cost to you other than your time,
Yes.
and you don't have to worry about it. And then stuff you're getting rid of things that you don't need.
Yes.
And when the day comes, you'll see. That's what we did. We would
Yep.
gradually take things little by little here and there. As hard as we might fight over it, I'll be like, it's got to go. And she'll be like, no,
We'll
we're keeping it.
decide. Yeah.
Oh, that was me. I was picking stuff out of the garbage. Like the kids, they had band signs. They were made out of cardboard, and it said, the band name, and then Zach and Abby, and he put them in the garbage. I had to take them out of the
Yeah.
garbage.
What are we gonna do with those?
I'll have trouble with that too.
We'll put it in the garbage down here when I'm ready. But
I still have
Yes.
in the attic almost every single art thing that Avery did, even if it was just a line. Because don't forget, with him being special needs,
Yeah.
you take whatever.
I
you want.
know it's
I have
so
papers
hard.
with just a line from a crayon.
Yeah, but
Avery's first drawing.
right.
But you know what?
But how
They
much
have-
room is it taking? I mean, are we talking 17 boxes?
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Remember all the boxes I had because
know,
I
I
saved all
know.
the kids' stuff. I had to.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I'd gone through that years
Right. I mean,
before because he made me.
But it also just depends on how much it is too.
Mm.
I mean, if you've got a couple boxes of it and you've done,
Mm.
that's one.
I have a bin.
17 boxes.
A little
You're really
bin.
gonna keep
Yeah.
I
it.
got 20 years worth of his
I
stuff.
still have 2 boxes with stuff in it. I kept.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
I
so
did-
we've been purging. We've been bringing stuff to consignment.
Mhm.
And then like this was the first week we had our trash day today actually. So we put it out, and then I said, because Avery brings it out to the corner on Tuesday. I
Yeah, we
said,
use it.
is there any room in the barrels? He's like, yep. So I'm like grabbing stuff, and we
Yeah.
filled it up to the brim on the
Yes.
recyclable and
That's
the,
smart.
so
Okay.
that's what we're gonna do every week.
Yep.
So just so
Smart.
everyone knows, Woodwork Nation is not a company's name.
Okay.
Okay.
It's I think they're talking rather Woodwork Nationwide. That's what Jim said. Maybe I don't know. But it's definitely, don't be looking up Woodwork Nation.
Okay.
It doesn't exist unless you're going to run out and create a company that does that. That'd be great.
But here's the other thing about garbage. We would have tons of garbage out in front of our house, and our neighbors would come and they'd go, "Oh, can we have that? Can we have that?" And then
Yes.
Yeah.
by the next morning,
So yeah, $5.
A lot of it would be
by the
gone.
next morning it would be gone. There's people that drive through our, they know what
Trash day is.
trash day is. They come through,
Well,
get scrap metal, come
that's-
get wood.
Yeah.
Yep,
So-
that's another good
Well, the
point
thing
too.
though
If
is
you
we're not on a traffic road. Like we're on a cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
So only
Okay.
people that's gonna be seeing it is our neighbors.
We have 2 people that drive by.
Right, exactly. So
Yeah.
there may be
I
4
was going
people.
to say you could do a
tops
garage sale too, or a yard sale, but yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
That's a lot of work,
Yeah,
though,
maybe. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We've
Yeah.
kind of thrown that around, but it's just a lot of work, and I don't want to have to take the stuff inside.
We're not good hagglers.
Right?
You know,
Right.
someone says,
Yeah.
"Oh, 10 cents." Okay, yeah.
You will when you're done. We've done it.
We're not good at haggling.
And we're
That's
not
right.
able to put overflow trash.
Yeah, Tina.
We just get the bin.
The
The
bin,
only
yeah.
the only thing I think of is like my mom mentioned that some places you can buy the overflow trash bags, but I don't know if we,
Oh,
Maybe.
you know,
okay.
I don't know if we're able to do that.
so our trash will take like exercise bikes, mattresses. I mean, they'll take big pieces
Down
like
here,
so-
up there.
up there. So if you don't have that, then
I
that
don't
makes
think
it
we
harder.
do.
Yeah.
I mean, we really haven't done that, but I've really never seen people. Well, no, I mean we've driven and we've seen someone put like a couch on the ground. You
Yeah.
know?
Yes.
So eBay, yes. We Cynthia's suggesting eBay.
There's something I
I
didn't
only know
find.
how to buy on eBay.
Yeah.
I know. I never got involved with that. But
Yeah.
we had a website, like a community website, where you could put stuff out.
No, it was
for
on
cheap.
Facebook.
Yeah, it was like through Facebook.
It was like a Pittsburgh Facebook page,
Mm-hmm.
and
You'd
I
put
would
stuff
put
out for
stuff out like I
$20.
put stuff out like for $5, $10, $20, and people would snag it up right away. I mean,
we
these
do
were
have one for our city.
yeah. People,
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
You'd be surprised. I mean, this one guy's like, I had no furniture. Thank you for selling this to me for he
$10.
was so happy.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I forgot we do have
Facebook.
in our
Yeah.
town. We do have like a group on Facebook.
Yes. Somebody might want that shovel you were talking about, or whatever that you wouldn't
No,
need.
You would
I'm
be
burning that.
surprised. You'd be
I'm burning
surprised.
You're burning it.
That's
I'm
the
gonna burn it. I'm gonna dance around the fire. It's gonna be our last
That's
fire pit.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So what's
And
your-
back to the artwork thing. Back to the artwork thing. I know I had to throw away like a lot of Abby stuff.
Yeah.
For the kids.
So what I did was I just took pictures on my camera.
Yeah, you can
of
scan it. They have
Scan
scanning
it,
apps.
took pictures of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
True,
I know
yeah.
someone that did that. They
Takes
were
up a lot less
getting rid of-
space.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at Walt.
or you
He's
could-
shaking his
or
head.
you could just leave it behind when you sell the house.
It's furnished.
I'm not kidding.
We're selling our house lived in.
I know we
Seen
sell
it.
the house as is.
This is a bunny. It is a
1920
bunny.
Look, the
duct
house we're in.
tape.
The house we're in. Somebody left an entire
Oh, right.
entertainment center.
I saw that. I
Because it
remember
was
you
so
showing
big
that. It
because
was
they didn't know what to
huge.
do with it. And then our landlord was cheap too, and he was just didn't want to deal with it. So we actually got rid of it. We didn't want it.
Right. Yeah.
People will do that. You could do that too if you want.
Depending
Yeah.
on
I mean, you could work it in. We worked some things in, like the piano. The buyers that were buying our house, we said, "Is it okay if we leave the piano?" They were like, "Sure." And we left them the lawnmower.
I
We
left the
left
whole
them
shed full of
we
stuff.
left them
Shovel,
like
weed-
broom. Yeah.
weed whacker, because they were coming from a
That's useful
townhouse,
stuff.
so they didn't have all that stuff.
I'm
Oh,
sure they
yeah.
were loving you guys. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. It's
Thanks,
not
Carter.
junk, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But we had to ask them first if it was
Yeah, of
okay
course.
to leave it. But yeah, we left the piano and everything. So
Jim.
Maybe
That's awesome.
yes.
they got the nice rust patina on them, and
I just
My
sneak them
mom
in there
is-
and hang them up a little at a time. They won't know the difference.
My mom's usually watching. She's probably shaking her head. Hey, we do a lot with those tools.
Well, it's going to be a lot harder for you guys, be it having a house that's been in the family for that long. I mean, we were
Yeah.
only in our house in Maryland for 11 years. I can't imagine having to go through a house that's been in your family since for 45
45 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I think about my mom's house when it comes to that, and I dread having to go through her.
I don't dread it because I'm not going.
Yes, you are. You are.
Yeah, I'm going to bulldoze it. Is what I'm going to do.
Oh, jeez.
You kidding me? We have to take a tetanus shot every time we go in that house.
Hey, Cargo, welcome in.
Yeah.
She could be
Being
on.
here.
Cargo, Brittany,
Yeah.
Angie, Noah.
Noah.
Yes,
yeah.
welcome everyone.
Welcome in, Noah.
So
I know.
one of my cousins had recently moved down to Florida, and they had packed up, but I think they had movers, and her jewelry was the only thing that didn't show up. Like when she opened everything, it was missing.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, her jewelry.
So
Oh.
we're bringing that with us in the car.
So what do? They have a scanner. What is it that they have? I heard the two of you guys talking about it.
They said that they think the people actually went through their truck with like a metal detector to see where the jewels were, and
Get
those
out.
were the only things that were missing.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we know that we're gonna pack those with us. and
Moving
put
is a
in the
very
car.
profitable.
Was it gold? Gold doesn't show up on metal.
Well,
They
I mean,
said all
they
their
probably found
jewelry.
some. Yeah.
They had I don't know. She's thinking that
Silver.
whatever the
Here, put a blood screen for
Cute.
Cargo.
Oh,
Cargo
what is that?
is my dealer.
Cargo.
Is that a
So cute.
These are from Cargo.
Oh,
Nice.
awesome,
Really
Cargo.
cute.
Cargo,
Look
you
at
gave
that.
me.
I love
Remember the
that.
Perla de Vil?
yeah.
That's
I believe so. Yeah.
very nice.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to make sure that our those type of things are with us.
Yeah.
But I mean, how far do you go? There's things that we might think are valuable, like
Our drill was the only thing missing. Our drill was gone.
Really?
How does that happen?
Interesting.
No
Huh.
drill.
Somebody took it.
So that was in the when the moving company did it.
Mm-hmm. The one we moved from Winter Park to here. Oh no, I'm sorry, because they moved. We had left some stuff behind in Maryland, but it was the same moving company, and they moved it because we used some movers to bring what we had left. Because we did leave
Wow.
some stuff behind before we sold the house. And that
Wow,
was
that's not nice.
No, that's okay though. It's just
Yeah.
Do you
Could be worse.
tip movers?
Oh, that's a good question.
I didn't. I don't know if we're supposed
I told him. I
Maybe
gave him a
that's
tip.
why
every time
you
I
didn't
saw
have
it.
the drill.
Took the drill. He said, "Screw these
I was
guys."
like,
I'm
that
taking-
shouldn't go there. And
Maybe that's the problem. I'm just kidding.
See,
I don't know.
I don't know. We
we did
did it.
not tip we didn't tip our pond guy because he didn't really do anything besides
Wow.
pick and drop
But
it
I
off.
didn't
Well,
really think
first
about
off,
that with the
but their
movers.
job is to move.
Well,
Right.
Say that with
Yeah.
anybody you tip. The hairdresser, their job's to cut your hair. The,
Did you tip your pod guy?
Insured, and if you can't,
Us? No.
keep it with you.
It's
Right.
just
We
a,
didn't
it's
tip our
just a
movers
it's
either.
just a box.
I'd never
Yeah.
heard of.
Paul says to tip the movers.
Oh no.
And then he also made a good point
Yeah.
about insuring. Did you insure your stuff?
Make sure you insure your stuff, and if you
You
can't
know?
replace it, take it with
So
you.
Maybe that's why they took your drill.
you can. Yes, it could be. You can check with your homeowner's insurance carrier.
Yeah, but how do they know you're tipped until it's done? You tip after.
Some
True.
insurance companies will extend
Yeah.
coverage
There's
during
holding
the
it
Okay.
hostage.
from your
Carrier.
primary homeowner's insurance under your content. Some companies will give you 100% coverage of what's on your policy. Some it's at like 10%.
Here she
Okay.
goes.
That's what I do.
But
you can usually also purchase
have
insurance
iron,
for
nickel, or
movers.
cobalt in it in order to protect.
So
you.
there's a lot of options for that.
Okay.
Really enjoyed listening tonight. Let's get to sleep. Get to sleep, John. All right, have a good weekend. We'll speak to you.
Well,
Yeah,
well-
we'll speak to you, John. this
English
weekend.
Premier League.
We'll call you when we need packing help.
Me and John and Steven from Mickey Scousers. We're going to be starting our Premier League show back up this Saturday, I believe.
Oh,
or
really?
Sunday, yeah.
This is the first I'm hearing of
So we're
that.
going to be
Football.
giving our predictions for the whole year, and then we're going to start trashing everyone like usual.
Okay,
you
so
know.
what do we have? We have 10 minutes. So
Wow,
I
that flew by.
I still got questions. Is there anything that you guys did that you would say, don't do, we would never do this again?
Huge mistakes.
Huge mistakes, yeah.
Huge regrets, mistakes for
Move into the wrong house.
Yeah. Move into an apartment with horrible people living above you. Not that you can know that.
So stuff that you could have avoided, I guess.
Yeah.
Bring in too
Yeah,
much.
kind of avoidable
Bring
stuff.
unnecessary stuff. You
Yeah,
really
that was
have
our
to
big
make.
thing too.
You have to make that hard decision, and it is a hard decision. I mean, even on that, like Melissa would be like, "Well, I use that. You used it once in the last 2 years,
Yeah.
but I might use it again."
Yeah.
Let's not overthink it. I mean,
Yeah.
you really
I
got to
have
make those tough
boxes
decisions.
of stuff that we got for gifts, and it's really nice stuff, but our house was never big enough to have it. So I
Right.
kept it all these years for I don't know how many years, 20 something years, with the hope that we would move into a bigger house and I can use it. I still have those things in boxes and I don't even know what's in them anymore.
Oh my
And
god.
that we still have to go through that we got 20 something years ago.
Yeah, and what the
Are
hell
these
do I
like
do with?
dishware? What kind of things are you talking about?
Like just decorations, you know, like
Yeah.
Well, and you're going to want to see like what kind of house you're moving into too. So if you're going to be in a house that's bigger, you can bring that stuff with you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it depends on what you're moving into as well.
Get rid of it.
You
I have,
know?
like
Tell me,
200 shot glasses that I used to collect
Yes.
shot glasses from theme parks and stuff we used to go
Yeah.
to. What do you do with those? It's like no one's gonna want to buy them.
Get rid of them.
It's like you just
Donate
throw them in
them.
the trash, or
No.
you,
See, that's the thing.
you
I don't
donate
want
them
to throw
to the
anything
local
away.
bar.
I know it's hard.
Or those are the things you can put on your community page to see if anyone has that hobby and wants.
Yeah.
Who wants
yeah,
shot glasses from the
yeah.
80s? Well, first of all, right now, before we get too late, I
Okay,
want to
sorry.
do some housekeeping to get
Okay.
people to check out you guys. People, go check out Mouse Talk's channel. They're almost at 10,000, and they're awesome people. Go check out their channel. They go live from the parks always, all the time, and they're always fun to watch. And also go check out This Our Dream. Also awesome people. Go check out their channels. I think you guys are getting up there too. You're over 5,000 now, right? You're getting up close to 6. Pretty close.
I think yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check them out. If you,
I don't know. I
please
don't
go
know.
check them out.
Yes, you do.
So
Do you?
yeah, and also don't forget deanoftheliveplace.com and my buddies from Five Foolish Mortals. Go check out Jim at More Sunshine Please, Derek and Gregory at DNG Explorers, and Ben from Pepper Tree Villa, and yeah, and everyone in the chats. You guys know each other pretty much. Yeah, support each other. All right, what else you want to go?
For questions?
Yeah, we got 8
Okay.
minutes. This is the 8-minute drill.
Did when you guys were well, I know most of you guys are renting. You're probably still looking for homes. What was there a builder that you guys like? Was there a better builder than others? You know, like I think before,
They all have their differences. They all have their pros. They all have their cons. Different ones will offer different financing packages. Some offer everything included, like Lennar.
I do
Other
like
ones
Lennar.
don't. You have to really make. They all, that's a hard question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like
Yeah.
Lennar because of the fact they include so much in their standard package.
yeah, they include appliances, which is huge.
So yeah, and all of them, like washers, dryers, dishwashers.
Yeah.
all the things, not
But
just
now-
some.
I was going to say for our house, because it was an inventory home, it had all that stuff too.
Right.
And we had all the, refrigerator, stove,
So our
washer,
neighborhood,
dryer.
yeah, our neighborhood, like it's block downstairs, frame upstairs. Now the house across the street is block and block. So
Different builders.
different builder.
Gotcha.
So if you want a little more, I guess, sturdy of a house,
But I don't think in Orlando, you don't need hurricane protection on both floors, really.
I think you want it. I don't know.
That's,
So different
it's built
builders,
to
different
code.
builders have
Yeah.
different.
Oh,
is what I'm
block?
saying.
You mean cinder block?
Yeah.
Cinder block, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't.
Gotcha.
It dawned on me what you're talking about. Sorry.
Yeah, there's not much siding down here.
No.
No.
And they'll even build the things that do have that's different. They're made different inside because of that. Like they have,
Yes.
Yep.
It's interesting. They'll show you if you're having a house built what they do. It's
Hi, Wendy. Too bad you can't sleep. Sorry.
Where do you live
Well,
over?
welcome. Thank you. We appreciate you being here. All right.
Do you-
LSU's mom is builder. 42 years. Her husband.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
All right.
look at that.
Yeah.
He can come down and help build our place.
All right. So, all right. Anybody else in the chat want to chime in? This is your chance to give us
Is there anything that we didn't think of?
yeah, stuff that we need to think of. We'll probably have another one when the Philly crew comes back, because I know they're in a lot of the same boat that we're doing.
They're
but
better
like,
than us. They've been already
about-
packing and painting.
They're about 5 or 6 months ahead of us in the process. So
Yeah.
they'll be really good to pick their brain
Yeah. Yeah.
and stuff too.
Yeah.
So although they have a lot more collectibles than we do.
Yeah.
They have a lot more collectibles than everybody does.
Everybody in total.
I'm trying to hide. There you go. All right. So what's going on?
All right, so that's all I have. I don't know if you want to do what's coming up.
Yeah. So let's start with Walt. Melissa, guys, what is coming up on your channel?
Nothing. Literally.
So,
So no live streams this weekend. Melissa and I are taking the weekend off. We're going to go do a nice staycation at Coronado Springs for the weekend. But we'll be, well, actually, that's not true. Tomorrow, I have another Disney ride-along that'll premiere at 4 p.m. And then next Tuesday, we'll be back for Disanity, and we'll be probably back at a park. And I think it's going to be Hollywood Studios. So, but we're taking the weekend off.
Are you doing a movie review with Dan this weekend? Or
We are not. No, Dan is away as well. And of course, we're away, but we'll be back the following week on Dan's channel to do the next Disney movie review. And I forgot what it was.
It's
I don't remember.
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas.
No, it's not.
It wasn't an
it's
anime.
like a.
It's an old movie.
It's an old classic. Oh, Davy Crockett.
Yes, Davy Crockett.
That's what I said.
Pocahontas?
Pocahontas, Davy Crockett,
I
same
was
thing.
close. I was close.
We're close.
Kind
Yeah.
of frontiery.
Yeah, outdoors.
They both had raccoons.
They were king and queen of the wild frontier. There you go.
there you go. And how about you, Jeff and Angela? You guys got something coming up?
Well, tomorrow's Dreaming with Our Pals, right? We're going to be at Hollywood Studios, but I think it might be earlier in the day. We'll have to see. And then Saturday, I think, yeah, we have park streams coming up, but we're not 100% sure because we have friends in from out of town, so we're going to be with them. So, but we'll be trying to, we'll be definitely doing something. It's just not sure what. And then Tuesday we are at, we have the Boo Bash.
Oh yeah.
We weren't able to get tickets for the first night, but we got it for the second night.
You got
Yeah,
Zach and tickets.
yeah. So
That's awesome.
Yep.
It's
We wish we could be able to make that.
I know.
Zach said he had a great time last night.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah,
Although
I saw some pictures. Yeah.
When we were leaving, I did not like that at all.
It was just hard to get out. But I guess the
Really?
lines were short, right? Well, Melissa, the lines were really short.
It
Okay.
was good. I think, and there was supposedly a maxed out, there were no weights. That's
Okay, good.
Five 10 minutes.
I saw your video. Yeah. Yeah.
When we were leaving, real close, when we were leaving the park, the whole front of the park was full all the way up to Tony's.
Oh no!
People trying to get out.
Here's
It was
what
at a
happened. They
standstill.
opened only one little gate. So they had all these gates open for people coming in
but no,
because they expected a big influx of people
they had
coming
two
in.
gates
but
for people
people
to
were-
get out.
People were already in. So they only had two tiny little narrow openings for you to get out. So I think next one they'll adjust that. So I think
Hopefully.
it was the first night.
It was chaos.
It was like a bottleneck. It was like
Yeah,
this whole crowd was just trying to go through
And
this
it was
little.
right after the fireworks ended, so everybody
Yes,
was there.
that's exactly
Yeah.
right.
Well,
Yes.
not even
We've been
after the
bottlenecked
fireworks.
It was
We
about
lingered in
9:30.
the park.
It was about
for a while.
9:30, and it was hard to
The
get out.
fireworks were at 8:45.
Yeah.
They did it early.
Yeah.
Really?
Because of the
It was
fire.
probably about 9:30 we left.
So I think they're learning lessons from what they did. The
It
day
was
before.
nobody was moving at all. It was just like stopped
awful.
dead.
Boo Bash
Yeah.
was fun. It's a lot of the same though. I mean, it's a lot of the same. It's the same cavalcades.
Yeah, slash.
It's
Uh-huh.
the same meet and greets for the most part. I mean,
that was kind of
Eh,
Yeah.
overlays are fun. The candy is cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's more of the same. And they had no
Seriously.
specific merchandise for the after hours event, which I was shocked at.
Really? No pins?
No
Really?
merchandise, and they said they're not having it.
Pins, no.
That's
No
Wow.
pins, no t-shirts, no
Crazy.
nothing.
Just
Wow, that's a
Wow.
moneymaker.
Just
They
the
missed
right
out.
is.
That was a big surprise and a real disappointment. I was really
Yeah.
expecting to have something.
and they sold
Wow.
out of a bunch of stuff. It was only the first day. Like
I
I wanted to
know.
get the banks.
Me too.
Totally gone.
The
Yeah,
supply chain. Maybe Dougie will sell you his for
Yep.
It's true. That's the other thing too. A lot of that merchandise, like the Thackeray Binks plush,
A lot of
The
it.
first
that's
day.
a repeat plush.
The spirit jersey for
Yeah.
Hocus Pocus.
I'm
All they
so-
have.
I
like
found
extra
one.
balls. Oh, you
I
found one?
found one yesterday. As I was leaving, they put out a whole bunch, all in different
We
sizes.
have more. It's just starting, but it was still like wow.
But there's
Yes.
a lot of repeat. There's some repeat merchandise in there, which is a little disappointing as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's true.
part of what
Okay.
makes these things so fun is the fact that you do get new merch all the time.
Right.
It's part of what keeps it fresh.
Fresh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. Sorry.
All right. So
What do we have coming up?
what do you got coming up?
All
Quick,
right,
we're at 8
so
o'clock.
okay, so Friday I'll be releasing a video first thing in the morning of Sophie doing a boardwalk room tour, and then me and you end up going to Epcot and eating at the Regal Eagle.
Mhm.
Monday we have a Tinkerbell cavalcade,
Is it a
short,
Short, yeah.
yeah, and then Wednesday are you gonna do the chocolate with Avery?
Maybe.
Maybe so.
That'll be
Maybe
good, yeah.
next Wednesday 7 you'll do the chocolate with Avery taste testing.
Yeah, all the different chocolate bars that we got from
Pretty
Universal
impressive. You
Studios.
haven't eaten them yet.
Nice.
And Jeff, you got to do live stream the next Epic Live. We have withdrawals, and it's all you guys' fault.
Yeah, they'll be back. They'll be back.
Well, this weekend
So-
is the hooligans.
Hooligans this
We'll be
week.
there for
Oh,
that.
we,
But
we
then,
haven't seen them.
Yeah.
oh
They're-
yeah,
They're good too.
We'll have to
English,
check
We
it out.
haven't seen them
the
yet.
British rock.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us tonight.
Yes.
We appreciate every single one of you guys in the chats. We really appreciate you guys for joining us
I
tonight.
got
You're
lots of
very, very
notes.
helpful. You got tons of notes.
I do.
Everyone, please head on over to D&G Explorers. Derek and Gregory are such nice people. Tell them the Disney Nerd Herder sent you. It's a herd attack. All right. Don't forget to do your duty.
That sounded funny.
Don't forget to do your duty.
It's a big duty. Bye, guys.
All right, guys. Bye.